Hey everyone, this is my design studio presentation for 6835, and today I'll be talking about my project, which is a multimodal Pictionary, which should make playing Pictionary fun for everyone and playing with everyone all around the world, hopefully. So, this is my problem statement. The problem I'm trying to solve is that many games have been transitioning to a remote environment along with us because of the pandemic and quarantining and stuff like that. And most games, like chess or simple board games, have been able to adapt well to the virtualized environment, but Pictionary has not. The most popular Pictionary style game is Scribblio, where players take turns drawing on a canvas using their mouse, and remaining players all guess through typing in text. From the drawer's point of view, this fails to capture the fun of drawing in real space on a board or sheet of paper. And from the guesser's point of view, the intense excitement of screaming and along with your friends is replaced by quiet and boring typing. So on both ends, the game could be a lot better in a virtual environment with multimodal elements added in, and this is what I'll try to do for this project. So from the drawer's point of view, the key thing we want to emphasize is using the hands instead of the mouse. So the first thing the drawer will want to do is select the word to draw, and they can do this simply by just swiping their hand left or right and to switch the card at the top of the screen which has the word. And then once they are happy with the word, they can start pinching, which is the drawing mechanism, and in that case they'll lock that word and they have to draw that word, and they can't switch after that point. So their hand will have a cursor on the screen, kind of like the Battleship project that we did, and that cursor moves with their hand. And only when their hand is in a pinching motion, kind of like when they're holding a pencil, does the cursor have ink and display ink, so that when the user is pinching their hand, they can draw. And so when the user is pinching their hand and they do undergo a motion like here on the slide where they go across the screen, then on the screen you see a line that is drawn because of the ink that is portrayed on the cursor. And so they can draw a simple square by just following kind of a square motion in real space using these different motions here. So that's how, and all when undergoing the pinch mechanism. So then when they let go of the pinch and they're having their free hand, they can move their cursor around and then go somewhere else and then pinch there and then start drawing. So they can move the cursor without pinching to move the cursor and without drawing. And then when they want to draw, they pinch their hand and start releasing ink. They can also use their hands and their voice to select some tools. Like for example, they can select the thickness levels using the cursor to go over the thickness and then saying select on the thickness that they want, which will give them whatever thickness, in this case a medium thickness, to draw their ears. They can also switch colors from a predefined color list using some type of switch color command, and switches their ink color. They can also undo the previous ink stroke by saying undo, in the case that they draw maybe a bad S. And they can also clear the board using the clear voice command if no one's guessing correctly. Now, on the guesser's point of view, the important thing is using a voice instead of a keyboard. So they'll be able to see real-time drawing updates from the drawing friends, and then when they think they have a guess, they can say it to their computer, in this case dog, which is incorrect, so they'll get some kind of feedback on their screens. If, on the other hand, maybe they see a long tail, then they guess cat, then the computer will say yes, that's correct, and the system will show a green check mark on the bottom of the screen. The drawer hopefully will be able to hear their friends guessing, and will see kind of how many friends are right, and once everyone's right, they'll have a new word for this round that they can switch and start the process all over again. So this proposed solution is fun. It's supposed to be a more interactive way to play Pictionary because it uses your hands and your voice as you would when you play in real life with your actual friends. And it just feels like you're actually drawing because you're moving your hands in real space and seeing the outcome on your screen. My plan will be to split it up into different versions. So the first version is completing the drawing functionality, which just includes the pinching to draw and the different tools that the drawers have. The version 2 will be completing the guesser functionality, which will just be separate and have the guesser side of things where they can speak to the computer and the computer registers that as text and checks it against the guess. And then version 3 is just connecting the multiple machines with the server so that the data can be flown across them, and then also completing the game mechanics so that we have different rounds and different points and making sure that we have a game after all of this project. And this is a system diagram that goes along with my system. So first, we have a lead motion controller to track the hand motion for the drawers when they're drawing, and the lead SDK to use that in the actual code. We have the computer microphone to register all the speech of the users for the voice commands of the drawer and the guessers, so they can guess. And the web speech API to actually know what people are saying. We have React.js for the actual components on the screen for the client side of things, so we can display everything so the game can work as we want it to. And also use HTML5 canvas for displaying the ink and drawing on the board on the screen. The WebRTC is for kind of the voice that will be communicated across the computers, and Node.js is for the actual server that will connect the machines so that we can transfer the drawing data and stuff like that among all the machines. And then finally, this is all Protea's output in the laptop screen so that the guessers can see the real-time output of the drawing and the drawers can hear the guesses from the guessers. And for my evaluation, I hope to conduct experiments with my family members. I'm lucky to be at home, so I can use them to test the different drawing and guessing functionality, which will be great because my parents and my brother have a wide range of tech expertise. So I'll be interested to see what they think of the system and get unique feedback from them. And yeah, this is my presentation on my multimodal Pictionary. And thank you for listening. And I hope to have a lot of fun making this project and make a great project too. Thank you.